In the fall of 2019, Bristol, Virginia Public Schools was selected to participate in the Virginia Learning Initiative Network, also known as VALIN. During the course of the year, our innovation team received coaching support to develop BEARCAT Bridge. BEARCAT Bridge is a division-wide initiative that supports students as they prepare for life after high school. Facets of the program go from elementary to high school and beyond. The appendages of BEARCAT Bridge include the following: Career Cafe, BEARCAT Bridge Advisory, Career Launch, Senior Mentorship, Chamber Seal of Excellence, the Careers Clothes Closet, and Cars for Careers. The rationale for change centers around the idea that so many of Bristol's families are trapped in generational poverty, and Bristol City Schools, as a stronghold of the community infrastructure, is dedicated to helping our students and their families overcome these historical struggles through deeper connections with employers in the community. Bristol, Virginia Public Schools' free and reduced price meal percentage is at 63%. For some students, they have little to no expectation of graduating high school and entering the workforce. Data from the Post-Secondary Enrollment Summary Report for 2019 showed that 59% of graduates had plans to enter an institution of higher education, with 29% entering a four-year institution and 31% entering a two-year institution of higher learning. That leaves 41% of graduating seniors entering the workforce, going into the military, or simply left to sit on the couch. Last year, 14 graduating seniors reported that they had no plans whatsoever after graduation. Breaking the cycle of poverty by assisting students in gaining their first full-time job may be a game changer. Many students who may find employment simply will realize they either can't join the workforce because they do not have reliable transportation, or will have to settle for a position that is within walking distance of their home. Another statistic that speaks to the challenge Bristol City faces is the chronic absenteeism rate. Even before the pandemic, absenteeism has plagued our schools, as noted by the March 2020 Chronic Absenteeism Report for Virginia High School, with a rate of 30%. The reasons are complex, ranging from parents unprepared to meet the ongoing demands of their own lives and the lives of their children to lack of accountability from the courts. But the time students enter the high school, patterns are set. Lack of engagement becomes the trend for these students as they barely make passing grades or fail altogether. The establishment of BEARCAT Bridge is a step in changing vision and culture for the entire school.
At the beginning of the 2019-2020 school year, Bristol, Virginia Public Schools was given the opportunity to participate in the Innovation Network. And after we found out we were selected, we immediately formed a team, and we call that our innovation team. And the team included the principal from the high school, the assistant principal from the high school, who's also the CTE coordinator, one of our school counselors at the elementary school, one of our school counselors at the middle school, one of our special ed teachers at the high school, and I served on the committee as assistant superintendent. After we returned from our meetings in the fall of 2019, we actually added a couple of additional individuals. One of those members was the Communities and Schools coordinator, who has served to be a valuable member of the committee. And also we added the BEARCAT Bridge coordinator. So after we began working together, I remember that very first day as we were sitting and hearing all of the things that were put toward us. I remember at a point as we were talking about what schools could be, we were challenged to dream, to think out of the box. And so for that first day, we had a lot of discussion about what would we like to bring back to our school division. And out of that come this idea of BEARCAT Bridge. And I remember specifically the evening after our first day, we were meeting at the hotel in the lodge, and we were all sitting around, and we started to talk about this concept of BEARCAT Bridge. And suddenly during that time, we met for about 2.5 hours, and all of these ideas started coming together to make for something so beautiful. I remember how excited as I was at that moment as I realized that we really were on the cusp of creating something so innovative and exciting for our school division. And so we came back, we continued, we developed an action plan actually before we even left those couple of days of meetings, and we knew what we needed to do over the next several months. And of course, as all of you know, we returned, and it was not too much later that the pandemic took place, and suddenly we found ourselves out of school. So as we have developed the BEARCAT Bridge, we've realized that many of the things we had hoped would come to pass did not exactly come to pass the way we had planned. We've realized that many of the pieces of BEARCAT Bridge, some were implemented this year, but many of those things will be implemented next year. We are fortunate that we were able to hire a BEARCAT Bridge coordinator, and we are hopeful that we will hire an additional person in the coming year to be able to take upon the different responsibilities that will be expected.
The Chamber Seal of Excellence. When our team met for the very first time and we started discussing what our innovation was, and we talked about the BEARCAT Bridge, we felt like a seal, a diploma seal, was going to be the best way to show employers that our students were ready to be employed by them. They were workforce and career ready. We wanted this seal to have some teeth. So we felt the best way for that to happen is to get someone else involved, not just to just say that our seniors, we felt, were graduating as being career ready. So we decided to contact the Chamber of Commerce. In a meeting with the Chamber of Commerce, they were ecstatic to partner with us on this seal. They developed the seal, they've put their name on the seal, so this diploma seal now has more meaning to it and is going to be recognized throughout both Bristol, Virginia and Bristol, Tennessee, to any member that's within the Chamber of Commerce. So we felt like this was the best way to show employers that we don't just feel, as far as Bristol, Virginia Public Schools feel, that our students are career ready, but even our chamber feels they're career ready, and they were willing to put their mark or their stamp of approval on it by creating our diploma seal for us. So the BEARCAT Bridge Advisory. We felt that our students needed time to work on putting together all the information that we feel is important. If it was important for us for our innovation team to come together and to develop this plan or this program, it was going to be important to give our students some guidance and some time to work on this. So we are working at the high school to put together a time for every student to meet with an advisor, which will be one of our teachers. And they'll get to meet with those advisors. What we're looking at is throughout their entire 4-year career at the high school. And it'll be in a small group, so we will assign each student to a teacher, and at least 8 times throughout the school year, they're going to get to meet with them at a specific time. And they'll work on putting together this e-portfolio, or to have a full e-portfolio, a resume, a cover letter, their references, maybe even examples of their work if there's something they're interested in. If they want to be a graphic designer or they want to be a journalist, maybe include some journal articles or some artwork that they've completed, and put that into this e-portfolio that they can take with them once they leave high school. And it will also show whether or not they meet their standards. It'll also give us an opportunity for our freshmen to be introduced to the activities of which they can be involved, and help them build new leadership skills and things that they need to be career ready, and help them work toward this diploma seal that the Chamber has worked with us on to create.
Our BEARCAT Bridge advisor works under the Career Launch program to help set up job shadowing and internship opportunities for juniors and seniors who don't plan on going to college after high school and straight into the workforce. The Bristol Chamber of Commerce has partnered with us throughout this the majority of this project. and helped us create the Chamber Seal of Excellence. Almost from the very start of that part of the program, they've worked with the businesses in the area to come up with the job skills that are needed and wanted from students as they go into the workforce. Through this seal, this diploma seal, we hope that our students are going to be able to go straight to these jobs and employers that are a part of the chamber and show that they are employable and ready to work. We've also noticed that as many of our students are volunteering out in the community for various parts of high school requirements, that transportation is an issue. We are providing bus transportation for the students in need to get to the volunteering opportunities that they have so they can satisfy that requirement. Next year, we have plans to allow students, seniors who are planning to go straight to work after high school instead of college to possibly use their final semester of high school to go straight to work and work full time instead of having to take classes that they don't necessarily need. We also have plans for our BEARCAT Bridge advisor to spend 30 minutes with each of the seniors, possibly about 8 different times throughout the school year, to make sure that they are ready and on track for the workforce when they graduate.
One of the programs in our BEARCAT Bridge is Cars for Careers. As many of you are aware, students have barriers when it comes to employment opportunities based on whether or not they have transportation. Many of our students do not have access to transportation, so we bus students to Virginia Highlands Community College, 15 miles from Virginia High's campus, for students to be able to take college courses while they're still at Virginia High School. But also, we are offering a scholarship opportunity through Cars for Careers, where students could potentially earn their own vehicle by showing good grades, by making efforts in the community, by making strides in our BEARCAT Bridge program. Students have the opportunity to gain that transportation. This can really be a game changer for many of our students who a lot of times look at their walking distance as the limit to what they have access to. So expanding the opportunities for them. There are many students in our schools who don't have transportation themselves, but also the family member. Nobody in the family has access to transportation. So this could be a game changer not only for them, but also for their families as well. One program in our BEARCAT Bridge is the Senior Mentorship. We try to connect every senior to a mentor in our community. Every senior will have the opportunity to meet with their mentor twice a month to sit and discuss their goals and their plans for their career, whether it's military, whether it's secondary, post-secondary education, whether they're going straight to employment. Those are conversations we want to begin to start. So we also look at the process of trying to connect students to mentors that have opportunities for them to share their experiences and the professional life that they have right now and what they're doing in our community, so they can kind of learn from their experiences and share those and hopefully be a good support system for our students. So there is a process that we go through to pick our mentors to make sure that they're a good fit for our students and our mentees. And again, hopefully that they meet with them twice a month, each month through their senior year, looking towards those goals of what they're going to be doing after high school, and really trying to connect those dots so that they have some concrete plans, and they're not kind of waiting until May of their senior year to really think about what's happening next. Those conversations are happening proactively, and those mentors and those mentees hopefully can form a relationship that can last even beyond their senior year.
The first visit to Universal Fibers helped our team to understand that some students would need help to be appropriately clothed for the position. Even before gaining the position, students may not have the right clothes to wear in a job interview. Realizing that an employee working on the floor of Universal Fibers would be required to wear steel-toed shoes. Even hearing that a student would be compensated for the shoes did not lessen the understanding that support would be needed to assist students in this area in the early stages of job hunting or securing a job.
There is a saying that if you can't see it, you can't be it. And our team recognized that because of the unique challenges of our area, many of our students do not see many career opportunities, so they are limited by their exposure. Toward that end, we came up with the idea of career cafes. And our goal in career cafes is to have a wide variety of presenters in middle school and high school, when our students are in middle school and high school, come into our school and talk with our students about not only the aspects of their career, the particular things about their career that they enjoy or that students would be working with or be exposed to, but also to talk about the work demands in their particular settings, and talk with students about the soft skills and 21st century skills that are common to all careers, no matter what students choose to do. By having the career cafes during students' lunch hours, they will be able to sign up, building on the self-awareness that they've gained in the career exploration sessions that they have with school counselors and other staff, and decide for themselves which careers they would like to hear about. We're hoping also that that will give students time to take advantage of more opportunities, and to give presenters time to fully explain their careers in a way that will give students a bigger picture of exactly what their career might entail.
The goals and outcomes of BEARCAT Bridge are varied. This coming year, the Chamber Seal of Excellence will be given to probably 25 to 30 students. We expect next year that 65% of our seniors will earn that Chamber Seal of Excellence. Also, as we implement Career Cafe next school year, we expect that we will have 60 different events that will take place at the high school and the middle school. Also, our plan, our expectation is that we will have 5 students next year who will participate in Career Launch. And so at the end of the first semester, going into the second semester, we would actually have students who take on full-time employment, and we would be able to see those students through. Our hope is that the following year, we would grow that program from 5 students to 8 students. And another goal and outcome is that we are hopeful that the next school year, we will have the opportunity to give away 2 cars in our Cars for Careers campaign. And of course, those would be scholarshiped based upon those students who participate in Career Launch, and they do a good job, and they show that they have need. Also, BEARCAT Bridge Advisory, next year as we implement that in grades 9 through 12, we anticipate that we will have 8 different sessions throughout the course of the year. And of course, those lessons will be varied in different ways. And as we have in years past, our elementary school counselors will be bringing back once again the career fair that is held for 4th and 5th graders division-wide. A couple of the intended outcomes for educators, we believe, will take place as students actually enter the workforce, and even taking up on the responsibility that every student will have a landing once they leave the high school. For example, some may be going to a 2-year institution, a 4-year institution, or the military, and then some will enter the workforce. We take upon ourselves the responsibility that all students will find a place. And as we realize that, we will realize the greater value of making sure that our students are ready for the real world. And secondly, as we are in a division that there is a great deal of generational poverty, that we take personal the challenge of being able to help students to overcome that generational poverty and to find that place that they can excel once they graduate from high school.